Let's move to 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 1. It says this, "Now concerning the collection for the saints," by the way, this is the only other time that first day of the week is used in the entire New Testament, "As I have given order to the churches of Galatia, even so do you. Upon the first day of the week, let every one of you lay by him in store as God has prospered him, that there be no gatherings when I come." Now, what's most often assumed is that Paul is saying he's instituting and proving that the first century church met on the first day of the week. They met on Sunday only. Well, that's not the case. Matter of fact, it's not even implying that, because the Greek here is exactly as Acts chapter 20, verse 7, where it says the first of the Sabbaths. And so you can take that one of two ways. Either this is, again, the Feast of First Fruits, which there is a Torah commandment that all the people are to take an offering and they are to bring it to Jerusalem for the Levites as an offering before Yahweh. It could absolutely be that, because that's what the Torah says, and you're supposed to do that in the First Fruits, and that's exactly what's happening. Here, it could be what's happening. Or number two, the other way that you can render this is literally, the way we would say it in English, is one of the Sabbaths. Okay, it can mean that. First does not have to mean, in the Greek mindset, the one before two. It can mean one of. Matter of fact, the literal version of this, the LITV version, says this, which is a much better rendering. "On one of the Sabbaths, let each of you put by himself, storing up whatever he prospered, that there not be collections when I come." And so what we see here is in one of the major Christian versions, we have a very good, much better rendering. They're much more intellectually honest with the scriptures, that it cannot mean first day of the week, because the word is not week there. The word is Sabbath. The word is Shabbat or Sabbaton. Okay? Acts chapter 15, one of the most popular chapters that people bring up to say that the Sabbath is done away with, or the law is done away with. We don't have to do this or that, because we only have to do these four things. And let's read those four things. "But that we write unto you, that they abstain from pollution of idols, from fornication, from things strangled, and from blood." Now, let me ask you a question. Are we to believe that the only four things that we as Christian believers, or Gentile believers, if you prefer, are to do are just these four things? That adultery doesn't matter, taking the name of God in vain doesn't matter, worshiping only one God doesn't matter anymore, stealing doesn't matter. Clearly, he didn't go through the whole list, and clearly he did not mean that these are the only four things like most of us grew up believing. Now, most of us have heard of this verse. I'm going to suggest to you that many of you have never read the very next verse. So let's read the very next verse and see if in the mind of the president of the Council of Jerusalem, James, that he's thinking that the Sabbath is done away with. Watch this. Verse 21 reads, "For Moses of old time hath in every city them that preach him, being read on in the synagogues every Sabbath day." So what's happening? Very simply, the question is about whether or not you can be saved or not and still do these four things. James says, nope, can't be part of our fellowship if you're going to do these four things. And he says to everybody in standing, basically, don't worry about it. They will learn the rest as they go, because they're in the synagogue every Saturday, and every Saturday, every seventh day, every Shabbat, Moses is being read from somebody sitting in Moses' seat. See how it all meshes together? Same message, same word, same people, from beginning to the end. Come and join us as we travel back in time 4,000 years ago to discover exactly where the holidays of Christmas, Easter, and even Valentine's Day come from. Why do we celebrate the birth of Jesus on December 25th? Whose birthday really is on December 25th? Where did we come up with December 25th? Where did the star on top of the Christmas tree come from? Where did the Christmas tree itself come from? Where did St. Nicholas come from? Are we sure that St. Nicholas even existed? Have you ever wondered where the famous phrase, ho, 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 comes from? It comes from the late 1600s, when they used to have plays, and before the devil would come on stage, he would announce himself by saying, ho, ho, ho.
Did you know that original Santa's elves weren't little guys that made toys? They were Krampus demons that would punish the children if they weren't good for that year, while St. Nicholas would give them gifts if they were good. Who is the Easter Bunny? Where do we get Easter eggs from? Why do we celebrate Easter on the first Sunday after the vernal equinox? Did you know that Christmas was illegal in the United States until the mid-1800s? Can we celebrate these holidays according to the Bible? This is by far the most popular video on the internet on the history of Christmas and Easter. This video has changed hundreds of thousands of people's lives, and it will change your life too.